working on a car.
What?
That's what my brain said. So I slammed the brakes, hit reverse, got out, and took another look at this guy from across the street.
And?
It wasn't him. Just some old guy with gray hair. Didn't even look that much like him. I was shaking.
Where are you now?
Just parked up near the beach. But what if it had been him?
He's gone.
Missing, presumed dead.
What's going on, guys? Kami here. In today's video we're going to do a drift build on the BMW M5. So let's go ahead and get into it. So for my performance, I went with the 4.4 liter V8. Everything is Ultimate Plus, from the crankshaft to the ECU, cooling, and the exhaust. For my boost, I went ahead with the dual turbo chargers, and for my nitrous I went with the 5 times 3 pound tank. And then for my suspension, I put on-road suspension on here. This is my new drift setup that I decided to go with. I tried it for other cars, but right now this one appealed to me the most. I tried the race setup, the race suspension, but the race suspension didn't work as much for me compared to the on-road. And then I kept with the super drift tires. And for my clutch, I went for the Elite Plus clutch. And then for my gearbox, I stuck with the 6-speed super gearbox, and it's much more easier for me to transition for my cornering. And then when I want to downshift and get into the initial cornering, it makes it 10 times more better compared to the 7-speed. And then as for my differential, I went ahead and went with the drift differential. And it's like I said, this is my new setup. The drift components are still the same, but the only difference is that instead of my tires being drag tires, my suspension is now is what now determines like how exactly it will be gripping compared to before. And for my auxiliary, I went with the Elite Repair Kit and the Damage Reduction Elite. So that is my performance. That is my new drift setup, and I hope that you guys enjoyed that part, because we're going to go ahead and get into the customization. So for my customization, I try to make it look as much as appealing to me as I want to. I call this bad boy my Batmobile. So the grill, I kept it as the performance parts. The BMW gives you that silver trim, and I don't really like that one, so I wanted to match up the body line a little bit, because my trim is pretty much all black besides the headlights. For my front bumper, I went ahead with the natural BMW front bumper. There's no difference from the performance parts to the one I have right now, except that the performance parts gives you that little flag at the top that I don't like. And for my front lip, I went with the Alchemist front lips. It went ahead and gave me that carbon fiber front lip, which looked more appealing to me than any other one that were available. And then for my front canards, I chose the performance parts as well, because it has carbon fiber on it. Anything that has carbon fiber on it, I have to have it. And I went ahead with the Speed Hunter headlights because like I said, I call this my my Batmobile. So if it's going to be my Batmobile, it has to be somewhere, it has to be yellow. As for my wheels, I went with the Falcon tires. You can't see it as much as you would hope to be, but I went ahead with the Falcon tires. For my rims, I chose the HRE's performance wheels, the S107s. I definitely like those the most. And then for my calipers, I went ahead with yellow. This was the only yellow that looked the most right to me, so I stuck with that one. And for my front fenders, I went with the Alchemist front fenders. A little bit of wide body, but not too much. For my side skirts, I went with the Speed Hunter side skirts. This was the only one that gave me that carbon fiber one. So like I said, anything in carbon fiber, gotta have it. So for my rear fenders, I went with the Alchemist again. Anything, a little bit of wide body, but like I said, not too much. And for my rear bumper, I went ahead with the Alchemist. Pretty much everything looks the same, but not as much. Like I said, I don't like the way that color is matching with the rest of the car, so I just didn't want that. And the Alchemist one definitely took the ISO for me. And for my diffuser, I went with the Alchemist one as well. Everything else didn't look too appealing to me as well. And for my exhaust tips, I went with the Speed Hunter exhaust tips. Pretty much everything that you saw me in my previous videos and whatnot had Speed Hunter exhaust tips. And I have to represent my Neen, Okami. I really wish that they could change the options, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Fairhaven background. And then for my spoiler, I went with the Votex Racing Suzuka Japan spoiler because it has the carbon fiber on the top, and it just looked the most appealing to me in the beginning. But that is my customization. I did dark the tint a little bit to give that black on black a little vibe to it, including with my headlights showing the Batmobile. So for my wrap, everything's black. Can't go wrong with black, so I decided to keep it just like that. There's nothing to my effects. I decided to do anything because I want to get yellow, but I can't get yellow just yet because I haven't done all the collectors or collections just yet. Hopefully they give me that option. And then for my stance, so height is always to the far left. For my front camber, it's to the right just a little bit. I've been told that the camber determines on how exactly your drift angle will resemble itself. I was definitely wrong in the beginning, so I do apologize to you guys for that. And for my rear, I definitely have less because it is a rear wheel drive vehicle. So for my exhaust sound, this is what it sounds like. Oh yes. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to laugh because when I drove this car, it sounds like it farts, and I kind of laugh at that just a little bit because I never heard a car fart before until now. But that is the setup that I have for my drift car for the BMW M5. So we're going to go ahead and get in some gameplay, and I hope that I see you guys in the next part. Hey guys, so for my live setup, it's still the same. It's no changes at all. So actually, this is kind of weird. I haven't changed my drift setup at all, so probably might be the reason why I didn't drift too much. However, in the gameplay that you will see, this will be my drifting. So I will send you guys a different type of setup later, or when you catch me on Twitch, you'll see me drifting. It's a little bit different compared to before. But this is my live tuning that I have set up for my gameplay. So I hope that you guys enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you guys after. Okay guys, so this is what I have for my setup. It's a new setup for sure. As you can see, it's performing pretty well, especially on this match right here. However, like I said, it's not the best just yet. I still got some tweaks to do. I still got to tweak my skills a little bit to make sure I can try to, like, in these like scores and targets that they're asking me to get into, if I can get higher than 300, that'll be more than great. However, like I said, I probably just don't have the right car just yet. But for sure, even though this car is a little heavy on the drifting side, it definitely still allows you to drift easy. But that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you smash that like button, comment, subscribe, share it to your friends. Until next time, see ya.